Hello, distinguished Toastmaster Mayuri. It is our pleasure to have you with us for such an amazing event, a toast to the Masters.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vamsi. Thank you for having me here.
I have few questions for you. Simple, but you feel complex. Communication skill became a key factor of survival in present scenario. From your experience, tell us how Toastmasters helps people to achieve it.
To achieve communication.
Yes.
So at Toastmasters, I have always maintained one thing. As human beings, most of us already know what we want to say. What we still need to learn is how to say it. And very honestly, Vamsi, I have myself learned this only after I came to Toastmasters. Although I've been in the field of education and talking to people, but the how to say it came to me much later when I joined Toastmasters. And then it has had a very huge, big impact even in my professional life, in my personal life, with colleagues, with friends, in the neighborhood. Anywhere you go, you need communication. We are part of a society where we live. At every step, at every point, we meet people and we need to be able to communicate effectively with them. These small instances, these small opportunities that we get at Toastmasters help us in the bigger picture, in the larger picture, in the society, at work, at home, with friends. So I think communication, which you rightfully said, the key and the essence, particularly in today's times. And why do I say particularly? Because today, and amidst the pandemic, if I may say so, what we want from one another is empathy, encouragement, words of empowerment. And these words will come to us when we learn how to communicate effectively. We know that we want to share our feelings and tell people that we are there for one another. But how do we say it? How do we express it? That's what we learn at Toastmasters through our meetings.
Absolutely. Well, going to my next question. Along with speaking, does Toastmaster provide leadership opportunities?
I couldn't agree any more with you than I'm a living example of how leadership has transformed me. I never knew that I had leadership qualities in me till I joined Toastmasters. And I think it was others who noticed these qualities in me and not me myself. It was my friends, Toastmasters, leaders already, established leaders, and they said that they wanted to see me into leadership. Now, when I say leadership, it simply means it could begin with the club, where you lead a team of people, where you contribute by being a part of a team as an executive committee member, as a club officer. No role is any small or any less important. Every role you take up, every responsibility that you take up brings with you certain skills which ultimately help you outside the club. Even a role that you take up at a meeting, be it the Toastmaster of the day, or the general evaluator, or the table topics master that we have in our meetings, every role teaches you something about leadership. And then, of course, once you start understanding how it is to take these roles, then you have much larger leadership roles at the area level, at the division level. And so I have really learned a lot on the leadership aspect of Toastmasters, just as much as I did with communication. So yes, these two are completely entwined, these two qualities, communication and leadership, they go hand in hand at Toastmasters.
Well said, Toastmaster Mayuri. Okay, my third question. What was your feeling the day you became distinguished Toastmaster?
Well, that's a tough one, Vamsi. When we join Toastmasters, we all aspire to reach the status of distinguished Toastmaster. So did I. But I wasn't that very clear in the initial 1 year of my Toastmasters journey. Gradually, I started realizing that I'm enjoying it and I'm learning how to progress little by little. Something like I always explain to my mom as a graduation, a post graduation, and a doctorate. So you could say I really wanted to reach that pinnacle and reach the title, achieve the title of distinguished Toastmaster. It happened somewhere around Diwali of 2019, and I'm extremely happy because it was a perfect Diwali gift for me. And it was a euphoric moment, of course, when I received the plaque from Toastmasters International. Having said that, Vamsi, nowadays, I really consider myself a proud Toastmaster, not necessarily a distinguished Toastmaster. So much so that whenever I go to meetings, I tell everybody to address me as Toastmaster, and I'm happy with that. Toastmasters has also brought me down. It gave me a lot of laurels, a lot of recognition, a lot of fame, a lot of statuses everywhere. But Toastmasters has also taught me that at the end of the day, I'm going to come back to a member. I'm a Toastmaster at heart. All these laurels and recognitions and accolades, they are there, no doubt, and I'm deeply grateful for all of them. But then I think I would continue to uphold the values that Toastmasters bring, not really the status. So integrity, respect, excellence, and service, all of them. Those are the values that I will hold high.
100% agree.
Thank you.
Now, my final question.
Yes, please.
What makes you renewal again and again?
Vamsi, I ask myself this question. There is a lot that I have already achieved in life, and I will not deny that. But then there is something that I've always found new at every meeting. I find maybe a member who will share a very beautiful message or will share just some interesting facts. Some member will share through their speeches something that I never even thought about. And so it is this exchange of ideas, this exchange of thoughts that I come across at every meeting. And of course, with communication and leadership and learning everything at every step is something that really motivates me and pushes me to renew again. And I realize at the end of the year, at the end of the meeting, at the end of every time when I ask myself, I say, well, it's not really very expensive if you look at the larger picture, in the sense for 6 months I renew, and it's not as much as my Netflix subscription either. So I realize that it's not expensive at all if you want to drop money. Secondly, when I know that I will renew, then why not renew for a whole year? And that's what I did. I have renewed for a whole 1 year, not just for the half yearly term. So renewals at Toastmasters is something that is going to continue for a long, long, long time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayuri, for such words of wisdom. You showed us a path. Now it is our turn to walk into that, into a bright future of Toastmasters. Thank you for giving us such an opportunity.